Hey, should we tell them why I'm limping?
I think we should.
Okay, I sprained my ankle. Hey everybody, Matt Mizell here.
And Nicki Mizell.
We're going to give you a tour of a very interesting neighborhood in St. Louis. It's the historical Central West End, a melting pot of all kinds of different things. Architecture, culture, food.
Music.
Music. All right, let's get going.
So way before St. Louis as we know today existed, this was the home of the Osage Nation. And east of here in Illinois, we have the Grand Cahokia Mound, which was where this incredible civilization of people around 1050 AD lived, and they built these giant mounds, which is also why St. Louis City is called Mound City. So St. Louis probably looked a lot like this back when the Osage Nation was here. In the 17th century, French explorers came to the area, one of them most notably Pierre Laclede. They came here and established trading posts along the mighty Mississippi River.
As St. Louis expanded westward, the Central West End began to form. For example, in the 1850s, the Jesuits started St. Louis University. I'm here on the campus of St. Louis University. It forms the beginning of the neighborhoods that would become the Central West End. The Louisiana Purchase in 1803 set St. Louis up as the gateway for westward expansion in the United States. Skip to the Civil War, and St. Louis became a Union stronghold. Why? Well, it had rivers and it had railroads. 1904 was a critical time at St. Louis. It was the time of the World's Fair, which transformed the city, transformed this area, which is Forest Park, and set the stage for the Central West End to showcase its many architectural styles.
Some of the architectural styles that can be seen in the Central West End is Romanesque, which was popular in the late 19th century, and it can be seen in the stonework of many of the older buildings in the area. The Georgian style is reflected by its symmetry and classic proportions, and it can be seen in some of the grand homes on Portland and on this street, Westmoreland Place. Later, in the early 20th century, the Gothic Revival style became prominent, which can be seen in the Grand Cathedral Basilica of St. Louis with its stunning mosaics. In the mid-20th century, a lot of people were leaving the city. They were going in search of the American dream out in the suburbs. But here in the Central West End, big acts were coming in and playing at places like the Chase Park Plaza. Acts like Frank Sinatra, the Rat Pack, and Bing Crosby were all right here. We had the Gaslight Square, and that was just roaring with jazz and music all the time, which was a juxtaposition to residents leaving, but big acts coming in. So something that you and I ask ourselves all the time is, how is it that some of these neighborhoods made it and revitalized and others didn't? And so we found out, doing some research, that in 1973, Barnes-Jewish Hospital and Washington University teamed up and they created a revitalization program, because Barnes-Jewish Hospital stayed here in St. Louis when all of the other hospitals were leaving. So what they did, and it's still around today, is that they would buy these houses and then help people rehabilitate them and restore them back to the way they were. And it was because of a few really brave and really creative, hopeful people who came and moved here and started doing this. One by one, other people started coming. And so now it's the Central West End as we know it.
Smart people, urban pioneers is what we call them.
Yeah. So, lucky enough for you guys, I have a house that I've listed for sale here, right on Maryland, right down the street from Euclid. So this house, which we'll be able to walk into, was built in 1897 by Jacob Ross, who is the vice president of a distillery called Mound City Distillery. So it is distressed. It has been in probate for a while, so there are going to be some family keepsakes that are still in here, and there is going to be some damage. So if you guys don't want to see a house that's been suffering water damage for about 7 years, this is where we stop. So I'm going to go get the keys. I'll be right back. Welcome to 4618 Maryland here in the Central West End. Now, it does have some big holes in the roof. Unfortunately, it still is the original slate roof. So I'm going to suggest that Matt and I wear masks because there's a lot of smoke in here. So Matt's going to try to put this on maybe with one hand, but then I can take you in and show you all of the juicy details. We start here, this beautiful front door with all of this nice wood carving and all these little details. And one of my favorite is the front door knob. It's absolutely fabulous. Okay. So we're in the front foyer. Behind me, we have a fireplace. We'll wait for everything for the exposure to go through.
We're good. We got it.
You have an original fireplace, a little bench seat with some storage. But you've got this lion head here and all of these wings carved.
Yeah, it's awesome. I love this woodwork.
Mm-hmm. It's
Whoa.
amazing with all of the water damage that it hasn't really done much to the original woodwork.
Yeah.
I'm going to close the door behind us.
So water has been coming down. Water's been coming down through the roof, through all the floors and in and up right here, right? It looks like.
Yeah, so if you walk carefully, because the floor is buckled here,
Yeah, I can see where it's hitting.
you can see straight up to daylight.
Okay.
That's the smaller of the holes. We'll see more. This is a 7-bedroom, 3-bathroom house, over 4,000 square feet, but it's still amazing. It still runs on radiator heat.
Yeah, let's not focus on the bad. Look at what's preserved, everybody.
So you have all of these radiators, the beautiful radiator covers, all of this woodwork.
So much woodwork.
Hand painted, the wood faux pocket doors. They do need to be put back on their tracks and be oiled a little bit because they don't really move. But then we walk into the first parlor, of which please be careful, there is plaster. But it comes with the piano. The piano stays.
Yeah, but look at this wallpaper. Yeah. This is some old wallpaper.
I don't think I mean, I could be
cloth.
Wrong, but it could be.
It looks like it could be old. Maybe it's, they did paint, they definitely painted all the trim in here, so this used to probably be exposed, I would assume. I don't know.
Yeah.
Let's go over here and look.
Another set of pocket doors to go into the big dining room with another original fireplace. This one's immaculate. And we also can see what the floors are supposed to look like without all the plaster dust. They look beautiful.
Anyway, that's a cool fireplace.
Right. Gas fireplace, green tiles, woodwork that mimics the front door with the columns.
Some beautiful oak.
So, all of you Butler Pantry fans.
Ooh, look at that.
Here you go.
Wait, let me get a better shot. I'm coming back.
So here's what I'm pretty sure was the original Butler's Pantry. Unfortunately, still full of stuff, but it has amazing hardware.
That's so cool.
Drawers.
Let's just look at what's going on here. So they have drawers, and they would have kept their china and everyday wear, even probably back here.
Yeah.
Goes all the way to the ceiling. How tall were those ceilings? About 10 feet?
Yeah.
At least.
Let's go up the stairs. We have beautiful stained glass windows.
Yeah, look at that.
They're mostly in good shape.
Yeah, they are.
But all of the doors, most of them still have all of their original brass hardware.
Yeah.
And there's one old style push button switch.
Oh, sure enough.
This is what I think was probably the like the family room of the time. It has a nice fireplace here that looks a lot like the one down in the dining room. The heaters with the kind of like marble tops on them. And then there's even, my mom and I found this last time we were here. It's full of water right now because it's been leaking, but it's an old safe.
Huh.
And it was built into the bench seat.
Wow.
Here's an old fuse box.
It's got a wooden frame.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it's got some notes on what the fuses were for.
Oh,
and
it's kind of dark, can't see it.
I think this is a servant call button.
Servant call button.
So maybe the basement, the servants, and the kitchen. I don't know. Someone can tell me. Do they have a better idea on what that is? Yeah. We'll go up another. Please be careful. But this baseboard here